kind of rooting for the Marlins now. You hate to do it, but if the Marlins take 2 out of 3, he's going to pee his pants on the air.
I will have wet pants.
We're finally bringing back Wacky Radio.
Is that a brag? What is that?
No, it's not.
That's not a brag.
That's a promise. Is what that is. That's a promise to you, the listener out there.
Yeah,
He's doing everything he can.
He's bringing back Wacky Radio.
That is.
Yeah.
That's some hijinks.
Just lock yourself in a studio.
You bring a stripper in next, Arcan? What's going on? That's a little much.
I didn't
The
realize.
night show, as you and I both know, you're allowed to get away with a little bit more.
Oh, it's a safe harbor. Yeah.
Safe harbor, you can do whatever you want.
Do what you want.
Pee your pants.
Yeah.
Whatever else.
No bosses are listening.
Nope. You're good.
I don't know how that changes with different day parts.
Okay.
But yeah, no one's listening.
So Arcan's put the Red Sox on notice a little bit.
Yeah, I'd say.
Let's go Marlins. Just take 2. I don't want them to sweep or anything, because that's all he said, right? They have to win the series.
Correct. Yeah. You don't want the Marlins to do too much damage, but just enough to get Arcan to pee himself is officially our rooting interest this weekend.
So his next show after that would be during the Jimmy Fund, which I feel like he should not probably do that during that. He should probably wait until maybe Wednesday night.
Wait till after the telethon.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. You could even kind of drum it up.
Or you could have saved it. Be like, first person that donates $1,000, I'll pee my pants. And tie it into the bet you already lost. That'd be good.
That was good. I like when Schlereth went on Pardon My Take, and they just all peed their pants in front of him. That was
kind of bullying the guest a little bit.
I peed my pants.
I don't know how I would react to that. That'd be tough.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, maybe save it for Wednesday. Good point. Not Monday or Tuesday during the Jimmy Fund.
But it starts tonight. A lot on the line. A lot on the line this weekend series.
That wouldn't be tasteful. There is a lot on the line this weekend for the Red Sox. Hour 2, Jones and Keefe. We'll get to the Friday 4-pack coming up at 11:30. Keep an eye on Jones and Keefe on Twitter and Instagram. I like how Turp prompted people about our top 5 lists.
Yeah, good job.
People are loving them.
Yeah, you can see them on the internet.
Our all-time podcast guests. But if you go seek those out, it seems like people are enjoying that very, very much. Yep. We'll do the Friday 4-pack, Emergency Kiefer Madness 11:45, and the Weekend Review at 12:45. As for the Red Sox, Keefe, they swept the Astros to start the month, and I kind of forgot about their August struggles. They're only 7-5 this month.
Mm-hmm.
If they do what Arcan is fearful is going to happen this weekend, they'll be right at 500 in the month of August, and so, or right around 500 in the month of August. Is it happening again? Is it another swoon after the trade deadline? It was masked by a sweep of the Astros.
Yeah.
But is it happening again for however many years in a row to Alex Cora and the Red Sox in August, where they drop off?
Yeah, I choose to say no. This is not going to happen. You gotta still look back. That Houston series was great. Kansas City, they at least win the series. San Diego and Houston, good teams, good pitchers, pretty good lineups. Obviously disappointing stretch where, in those series you go 2-4. Needs to be better, but I think it will be. I mean, Miami coming into town, they're not great, right? Like, they pitch pretty well. They got some guys that can rung up some strikeouts, so I would expect the over in some of these games. But they're a below 500 team. Red Sox are a really good home team. Like, that is one thing that stands out, right?
Almost a little too good.
Maybe too good. Maybe they can only win at home. They're like some of these like college football teams.
They're 39-22 at home. They're 27-34 on the road, and it's like, with all the accusations that have gone against the Red Sox, maybe they're just a little too good at Fenway Park.
So Miami, and then 2 with Baltimore over the next 5. I mean, they should go 4-1 probably over this next 5-game stretch. I feel like
if they don't, you're making any bets or no? No? Any predictions?
I will pee on Arcan. No, I feel like right now you got to look at them and say the trade deadline feels like it was more disappointing to us than it was the players, where in previous years the deadline was very disappointing to the players. Cora got upset about it, and they went into a tank. This year it feels like it's different, and maybe part of it is just having Roman Anthony and having Alex Bregman, having Garrett Crochet. And not just how good those players are, but maybe their attitudes and everything else. And just a true ace. And I know he didn't look like it his last time out, but I'll take my chances with him going forward, including on Sunday. Bregman, a guy who's made the playoffs every year of his career after his rookie year, is sort of used to these games mattering. And then somebody like Roman Anthony is just kind of riding this wave of his great rookie year. All those reasons, I think it is different from previous years. Doesn't mean I'm not looking at the standings and be like, oh man, Cleveland won again?
Yeah,
like, that's getting a little close for comfort.
It is just tightening up a little bit more than you'd like. Red Sox are a game back of Seattle, who in fairness has lost 2 in a row. They're a game and a half up on New York, who's dropped 6 out of 10. But right, the Guardians keep winning. Texas is looming back there. So you'd like to see a little bit more of a gap. Let me give you a reason why I don't think it's happening again. I don't think they're as moody as they've been in years past. I think they showed more backbone already in the month of August than they have the last couple of years. But again, the record is what it is in the middle of the month. I saw this from Gordo, Play Tessie podcast on the Odyssey app. Check it out, AUDACY. Get it on your phone, free, easy. Take it with you wherever you go. You can also listen on the iHeartRadio and TuneIn apps. Red Sox have 40 games remaining, Keefe.
All right, we're down to it.
24 are against teams under 500. They have 6 with the Orioles, 6 with the A's, these 3 with the Marlins, 3 more with the Pirates, 3 with Tampa, 3 with Arizona.
Okay.
By record, that's the 7th easiest remaining schedule in baseball. The only teams, thank you, the only teams they have, stand by, Joe. The only teams they have with winning records left, 3 with Toronto, 3 with Detroit, 3 with Cleveland, and 7 with the Yankees. Wow. So that's all they have
and
left.
They own
against
the
Yankees.
Yankees.
Yeah, they have so far, yes.
So that's good news. And then that Cleveland series is going to be pretty good. You win a couple of games there, that might help knock them out or at least prevent them from moving up, who I still certainly don't believe in as like a real contender, but they're the next team back, and Cleveland is
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Nobody thinks Cleveland's a playoff team. Even Cleveland doesn't think they're a playoff team, but they're a half game behind the Yankees, and therefore 2 games behind the Red Sox.
Well, let me go one step further than that. You got Cleveland at the beginning of September. You have a series coming up with New York next week, another series mid-September here at Fenway. The Toronto and Detroit series are the end of the year, and so I guess that could work against you if you're really playing for your lives to get into the postseason. But the hope would be, at that point, if you haven't quite locked up a playoff spot, there won't be much work to do when you go to Toronto, the second to last series. And then hopefully by the time Detroit's here to close it out, you're already comfortably in a spot. So there will be less emphasis on those series. Hopefully, if you're playing for your lives, then the schedule doesn't work out great.
Oh, I mean, if it was 1 or 2 wild card spots total, or if it was a deeper American League, you might be a little bit more leery about how things are going. But it is set up where I know it's only a 2-game lead right now, but I don't believe in Cleveland. And we'll see even what the Yankees are the rest of the way. Plus 7 games with the Red Sox, the way that's gone for them, they might be the ones on the outside. It might be Cleveland taking their spot.
It's true.
So, yeah, it's not like they're running away with this thing. It did seem like for a moment the division might be within reach. That feels less and less by the day. It's now 5 games back at Toronto.
Well, we're no longer asking about it every day in grab bags. So that should tell you they've fallen out of it.
Yeah, but I mean, some of the numbers are they still have the best run differential in the American League. They still have scored more runs than anybody else in the American League. Like, those are all positive traits. And so you've played 75% of the season, and you're in this spot, this final stretch. I think this weekend obviously is going to be pretty telling, not just, the wins and losses, which is the most important, but Giolito tonight, then Bayo and Crochet. All 3 of those guys got hit around pretty good the last time out. I'm not expecting all 3 to be lights out, but you're hoping for 2 out of 3 of them kind of at least go back to form.
And I'm specific, and I think he will, but I'm specifically hoping for Crochet, because what I don't want, what I think happened in Houston, Crochet came out and looked dominant for his first 2 innings. But what I think happened is Houston was giving you retribution from what happened at Fenway earlier.
Yeah.
They were awfully locked in on Crochet. If you were watching that game, and I was admittedly in and out on that game.
Yeah,
but if you were watching that game, one thing you saw, it was wild, and I've never seen it. Dubon, crow hopped up in the batter's box again. I think they knew what was coming from Crochet, and they were ready for him. However they got ready for him is how they got ready for him. And I'd say the same thing about the Red Sox and some of these pitchers. I think the Astros did it to them. So I do hope you don't have a snowballing effect with Crochet where all of a sudden it's like, oh, man, it's a couple of bad starts in a row. Is it that he's thrown the most innings in his career? Is there fatigue? I'm not forecasting that. I don't believe that's going to be the case, but I'd like to see him nip that in the bud.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Definitely. And I think that goes a long way, too, because when you're talking about Crochet, he's the stopper during a losing streak, but he also extends winning streaks, and you're almost expecting him to win every start, which is obviously unrealistic.
If he won his last start, he'd be the first 14-game winner in the bigs. I'm not sure anybody's gotten there since.
And so I mean, he's gonna have to do it, but that's why he is a Cy Young finalist, and he's gonna be the guy to sort of put on their back. And we'll see how the offense does this weekend too. Again, they're home. They got to pile up these home wins, and I don't care how they're doing it, but they've been pretty dominant. Whereas on the road, they're still 7 games under 500 on the road. So, like, those ones you certainly can't take for granted once they get back out there.
Freddie Peralta, by the way, did get to a 14th win.
Okay.
But Milwaukee never loses.
They have won 12 straight.
Did you know that? Did you see this? They're in Milwaukee. They have a giveaway, Keith, where when the Brewers have a 12-game win streak, you get a free burger.
Oh, yeah, they just won burgers for everybody in the city, right?
You have to win 12 games to get it.
Oh, they did.
But that's insanity.
Well, they did it.
But, like,
it's one of those ones where you hope it doesn't happen. Yeah. Remember, there used to be the ones like, if you hit the ball right here, literally right here, you hit a home run here, somebody wins a car.
Well, it's
like, wait, just that one spot? Like,
Jordan's eventually wisened up, right? Jordan's like, Red Sox win the World Series, free furniture. And
then they did.
They started giving away free furniture left and right. They're like,
they had to sweep the World Series.
Did that hit twice or just once?
Well, it might have hit the second time because they swept.
Yeah, I think it might have been twice. They definitely had to sweep one of them.
Then weren't they doing like no-hitter ones? They're like, if there's a no-hitter before.
They might have done a cycle, too.
Yeah.
Cycle.
Yeah, so, but it's like before June 30th or whatever.
No, they did have a caveat on, too. They were like, no-hitter on August 13th. It's like, they didn't even play August 13th. It's like, just buy the furniture.
Oh, then no furniture for you then, I guess. You're just going to have to come in and ride the bomb ride. And so,
good time. Kids love that place.
Will Fleming's favorite ride.
Yeah, it's good.
And so when it comes to... that's a wild. You have to win 12 straight to get a free burger.
They did it.
Lower than no.
Congrats to you guys.
Lower. How often does that ever come up in the history of Milwaukee baseball?
Hard
Can't
to say.
Be much.
What do you think it should be? Like 5 in a row?
Something like that.
Sweep a series, get yourself a burger. That's too much. That's too easy.
Yeah, more than that.
4 games. 5. 5-game winning streak.
Get yourself a free burger.
Hamburger, no cheese.
Celtics are giving. Well, you got to pay for that.
Pay for extra, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Celtics give away like free nuggets every time the opposing team misses a free throw.
I love that.
So, like...
when players sometimes miss on purpose, and then they like look at the crowd.
Don't ask Isaiah Thomas about that. Wasn't that guy yelling like racist things at Isaiah Thomas because the guy wanted a Frosty?
Oh, my God.
Well,
I don't remember that.
I didn't realize that.
Yikes.
But I'm saying there's a lower bar on some of these giveaways.
That's true.
They're not all Jordans with a no-hitter.
I'm sorry, I just wanted a Frosty.
I didn't know that. My gosh.
What was it in semi-pro? What happened, Bill? Did the guy hit the half-court shot?
No, so there was the full court shot for $10,000.
Yeah.
But there was the if they score over 125 points, everybody gets a corn dog.
That's right. And then he was like trying to block guys' shots on his own team, and then they finally scored. He's like, corn dogs! Corn dogs, Jackie, for all these people.
Nice. 617-779-7937. Any concerns about Cora and the job he's doing? Just we've talked about the month of August. They have leveled off here in the last few games. They dropped 4 out of 5, I think, recently coming into this. So are there any concerns about Cora beyond just the month of August, but just the way things are heading? The ejection the other night, hung up on the balk, all that weirdness that happened in the final game in Houston.
Well, I do think he was kind of trending down a little bit because he had turned things around. He was having a bad first half of the season. So even though
you had him on the hot seat. Did you fire him? I had him fired.
I didn't fire him yet, but it was like, where were you going to be at in the standings come All-Star break and then trade deadline? And like around there, you had to at least kind of consider it. And completely pulled him out of it, like completely turned the thing around. But over the last week, this 2-5 stretch, there's been a handful of times where you're like, is that the right call? Like, oh, you're leaving him in, or you're doing this, or you're throwing a bunt down, or you're not. Like there's been a few more questionable decisions with Cora. I would say over the last 30 games, overall it's been good. The last 7, maybe less so. So, yeah, I have some concerns. He was not having a good season. I think normally pretty good manager, but, yeah, this wasn't a banner year for him. You know, I don't think he's going to hold this one up and be like, see, I was doing a good job managing, even though the team has a better record than it did the previous years. They also have more talent.
Do you think if they somehow miss the playoffs, which, again, we're not forecasting, do you think he's in any jeopardy here in Boston, or do you think he's safe?
I think
the way it's gone, he feels pretty safe all of a sudden.
I think so, too. But then again, like, what are we talking about? Like, if you lose to the Guardians getting the playoffs over you?
Yeah, something like that.
You got to probably consider it. Like, the wheels have to really fall off. If the team is healthy,
I would consider it. Do you think John Henry would do it?
So, I do think they like Breslow more than him, which I never thought I would have said. I always would have assumed they like Cora more. They've stuck by Cora so much. But I think they love Breslow because he got rid of Devers.
Yep.
And they love Breslow because he's fielding kind of a winning team without spending a ton of money.
Outside of the trade deadline, pretty good GM.
Yeah. Right. They locked up some extensions.
Oh, you agree with that?
So,
okay, okay, good.
Well,
the
deadline's important.
No,
I didn't. Because the deadline's important. That's what got Chaim Bloom fired. He had some decent signings, but at the trade deadline, he panicked. He didn't know what to do. I think it depends on what it looks like. Is there a lot of games where what if Cora goes against the analytics and is like, oh, I got a gut feel and they lose, right? I think it can look differently.
I can tell you, he went against the Jones analytics the other day by sticking with Walker Buehler longer than he had to. Those are pretty simple analytics. Get trash Walker Buehler out of it.
True. Maybe don't even start him.
Yeah.
Start there.
Yeah.
Put somebody else in instead of him. But if they miss the playoffs, it'll be deemed a collapse because we're in the middle of August and you're in a playoff spot. So if you collapse, you're at least on the radar. You should be. Now, I don't know where they would turn and all that other stuff, but yeah, they should consider it, right? Because a year or two ago, you'd be like, they'll just can the chief baseball officer, they'll blame him for it, they'll scapegoat him, and they'll keep the manager. Now I'm not so sure. They like Breslow so much, maybe they'd say, all right, you can pick your manager.
Yeah, and I think Breslow, even trade deadline included, has had a better year than Cora to this point. I don't really see Henry moving on from him, but if they miss the playoffs and they collapse, maybe.
Here's one thing, though. Don't you think keeping Cora also helps you keep Bregman? If you fire Cora, I could see Bregman more open to free agency.
I think Bregman would probably stay either way, but it helps for